The MOOseum is a unique museum located within the South Germantown Recreational Park. It was part of the James and Macy King Dairy Farm, which began in 1913. The farm ceased operation in 1962 and was eventually purchased by the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission for a park and green space. However, the dairy barn was preserved and retrofitted for a museum that tells the story of dairy farming in Montgomery County. It was opened to the public in June 2010.
There were over 400 dairy farms in Montgomery County in the middle of the 20th century, and of course they've gone the way because of housing development and parkland and everything else. So it's important to honor the people.
You poured the milk in here and you cranked it at a sort of a precise speed, which you have to get used to, and then cream would come out, Blue John, what I call it, skim milk comes out of this side.
In the dairy industry, that was such a large economic growth engine for the county in the middle of the 20th century. There are a few working dairy farms left in Montgomery County. I believe right now there are only 2.
The museum has a rich history all the way back from the King family and the King farm, and being able to continue to maintain that heritage and that history of what this area was about back then when it came to dairy farms. This really does make that a unique place. You don't find this anywhere else throughout the county.
When you come to the museum, you'll see a restored somewhat 1930 long barn where 72 cows had been milked here for about 50 years more. Now we have exhibits of the different breeds of cows that were milked in Montgomery County. Kids can learn that before they go to the grocery store to buy their milk, it had to come from a cow. We have artifacts from the different ways that cows were milked.
It's what I was interested in. I dig bottles. I'm in Rockville, and that's a Rockville bottle. That's Sycamore Farms, but they have bottles from all over Montgomery County. We
also have a lovely map that illustrates the original research that our members have done finding where these dairy farms were. We have a display of the train.
It used to carry all the milk down to Washington to get the milk pasteurized. And that's why there she is, there's the train.
And then we have vehicles.
Right behind me is a 1919 Model T Ford. It was essentially the first car used for transporting milk. And another cool thing about this was it wasn't just a crank. There wasn't just a crank on this. This was also the first time you could use a spark and not have to worry about dislocating your shoulder on that crank.
I enjoyed seeing the cows, and I was interested in how through breeding, they've changed in sizes. So that was pretty interesting.
It's a cool cow.